S&P 500 finished down 2.16% for the week. At a very minimum, it was the bulls taking profits and taking some risk off of the table. And so we're going to look at a chart of the S&P 500, look at where some possible turning points are in the market, and then get into this week's operating plan. All right, so let's jump right into it. Here's a look at a chart of the S&P 500. All right, here's a look at the S&P 500. So a few things here to note. Number one, the bull channel is broadening. All I mean by that is, check this out. Look, we've got this really tight advancement in price, and now simply, if this is a new low, it's broadening. And eventually what happens is that it continues to broaden and broaden until we get to another sideways channel, and then eventually a downward or a bear channel. So right now we're in a tight bull channel, and the channel is broadening. Now with that, it is such a tight channel that there is still upward inertia. So the trend in this thing, this could be a one-legged pullback, it could be a two-legged pullback, or further, who knows. But there is still upward inertia present. Number three is that resistance has held. You can see, look, right here, back in October, November, December, and then even earlier in 2018, market hits it, boom, falls, 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 falls. And now again, we have fallen to the downside. So the question has become, how far will it go, if any further down? So of course we could hold right here, and we could see another bullish week coming into this week, which would be a buy signal, and then a trigger would be trading above that level. But if it does not, and it continues to go down, then here are some possible areas of support. Number one would be this 26.25 level, which is, we got that from these levels right here. And then that's also a Fibonacci retracement of 38, about 38%. So that is another area to look at right there. And then the second is this number right here, which is about 25.6 or 25.80, right in there. It's close enough, and which is a 50% retracement. So if this bullish structure is going to continue, we really want it to hold above this level right here. So what we would look for is a pullback. We'd look for a strong buy signal, which is a bullish week. That would be the buy signal, and then trading above that week, which would be the next week, and then that would be the trigger. So we'll see if it does in fact continue to go down, and if it does, then here are some areas that we're looking for those buy signals. With the S&P 500 being down over 2% for the week, there was not a lot that was up for the week with regards to U.S. equities. Utilities was an exception to that, but for the most part, most things were down. Same thing with international. Almost everything international was down for the week. There are some international indexes that buck that trend, like for example, India was up, but for the most part, most were down for the week. So what that means is that we got stopped out of our technology position, and the reason that we got stopped out of there, that we stopped out of that, is because it was at resistance. It was at the very top of the trading range. We got a good sell signal, and then it was triggered last week, and so we took action on that. Emerging markets were down, held on to that. It's still within its trading range. It's started to form this tight trading range, and so we're still in that. The US dollar was up for the week. It's at the top of the trading range, which I would really like to see it finish up finish at the high for the week. It didn't quite finish on the high. Friday was a down day for it, so it didn't finish at the high, but we really want to see it break out to the upside here. So we're going to pay close attention to that. As far as getting into new positions this week, there's not anything in the U.S. equity side that we're looking at. Now, one thing that we're looking at are treasuries. So treasuries have been trading sideways for a while. They made a new low, they bounced right back from there, and they're at the top of the trading range. So if they do break out to the upside, then we certainly want to take some action there. So that's the only thing that we're looking at adding on this week, and that makes sense. If we do continue to see a pullback in the S&P 500, we could see a flight to safety. So we're going to look at that, pay real close attention there, and if we get a strong trigger, then we'll certainly take action. Other than that, we don't have any buy signals or things that we're looking to get involved with this week. the stop losses that we have in place are pretty far away from where we are, and so doubt that we'll see any action there. All right, with that, have a great week, and we'll talk to you next time.